There are a few high probability setups, but one of the most important high probability setups that we can identify using price action is a with trend setup. Why? Because on most charts, there are multiple trends being present, whether it is a big trend, the large trend for the day, or just a bunch of small trends that are working inside of a trend range. Unless the trend range is very tight, there are small trends playing out. Every trend has multiple phases. We have a correction phase and we have a push phase. Correction phase followed by a push phase, correction phase followed by a push phase, correction phase, and followed by another push phase. This is the behavior according to price action when it comes to trends. And the burden on traders is to identify where this correction is over and when the push phase is about to begin. Because if you can understand and read the market correctly, when the push phase is about to begin, you can capitalize on the with trend momentum. And this is where our high probability price action setup will come into play. As price action traders, we can identify when the correction is over just by counting bars, just by looking at the proper pattern. Now, two-legged pullback is a number one high probability setup if it forms under the right conditions. We're going to talk about what those right conditions are. Two-legged pullback helps us to identify when the correction is over and when the push phase can potentially begin. And it comes down to human psychology, to human behavior. When humans try something once, they will just not give up. They will try it one more time to see if it will fail again or if it works. Two-legged pullback will offer a second entry high probability setup. Now, second entry, if it forms under the right conditions, it needs to form at proper key entry points. The key entry points are trend lines, exponential moving average 21 bar EMA, and support and resistance key levels. As a price action trader, you're not interested in using any indicators. You need to learn to read the price action alone, just using the price action tools. And the correction needs to play out for second entry to be a high probability. The two-legged pullback will hint us where it is the safe place to sell since we're talking about downtrend. In order for us to safely identify the two-legged pullback and second entry short, we need to understand how to count the legs. The bullish leg is a series of bullish bars, or it can be even just one bullish bar. Bearish leg is a series of bearish bars. It can be just one bearish bar. And since we have a downtrend working lower, when we are looking for opportunity to sell, when we're looking for the two-legged pullback, we always start the count from the lowest low. So this right here is the lowest low. It broke lower, count reset. So this is the lowest low inside of this downtrend. So this is where the count begins. And we can see that we have first bullish leg. The first bullish leg consists of this one bullish bar, the second bullish bar. Now this bullish leg is going to be in play unless there is a break below the low of the last bar inside a series of the bullish leg. We have a series of two bars, first bullish leg, second bullish leg, and suddenly we have a break below the low of this bar right here, indicating first entry short, and the first bullish leg played out, and the first bullish leg is over, and the first bearish leg may begin. Notice the second leg is continuing, and this right here is a second bullish leg, and we have a break below indicating a second entry short. This right here is a first bar, second bar, and third bar. On the third bar of this second bullish leg, we finally had a break below its low, indicating that the second bullish leg played out, and this is the two-legged pullback indicating to us that the bullish correction played out and the main trend resumed. That's the whole point of this two-legged pullback, of this price action setup. It will tell you when you can start looking for resuming the trend and looking to sell if it forms at the right key entry point, which it did, and the other conditions are in favor as well. Every time the leg will be broken, it will form a chance for sellers to sell. So this right here is the first bullish leg, trigger below indicating first entry short, second bullish leg forming, trigger below indicating second entry short. It resulted in a nice trend continuation setup. Downtrend is in play, and we have another key entry point trend line, so you combine two key entry points and a two-legged pullback. This is a high probability setup just by counting bars. Bearish leg can be a series of multiple bearish bars or just one bearish bar. Our first bearish leg inside of this correction is a two-bar leg. We have a first bearish bar followed by a second bearish bar. There is no trigger above neither one of these bars highs, and then we have a third bar creating this first bearish leg, but we have a trigger above. Notice one tick trigger above this bar right here indicating first entry long, and the first bearish leg